What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. I like to make videos where I kind of give suggestions to Blaze for different cart ideas, maybe some, not so recognizable independent game makers. And I think I've came up with quite a few lists that I think anyway look pretty cool. And I know in them videos that I have made of them, a lot of my subscribers agree, or people that maybe just follow me and haven't subscribed to me. If you haven't subscribed today, and they all thought, hey man, these collections would be a really cool cart for the Evercade. So, I was just kind of browsing the web on different platforms, different Evercade pages and everything, like these fan pages. And this time I figured, I want to see what if like some of these other Evercade fans have ideas too, because I'm kind of interested in what they would want as an Evercade cart. Now, this one came up quite a few times, and I was kind of shocked. I remember seeing it like two or three times, but it has been coming up quite often lately. And, it wouldn't have been one of my ideas, but this is from a lot of other people. So I want to kind of throw this at the people that view my channel. And that idea is an Army Men collection cart. Like the little green army men. I remember playing, I think it was like Sarge's Heroes and stuff. There was a couple of those games that were pretty cool. So I was like, maybe this does have, some steam behind it. Maybe some people, like enough people really want these. I didn't think they were the greatest of games. I mean, some of them were kind of fun, but I guess everyone has their own preference. So let's take a look at some of these games just to reminisce, and maybe Blaze will make something like this. Who knows? I have no clue, but let's check out some of these games. For anyone my age who didn't play with little plastic army men when they were growing up, for these little heroes to be put into the video game realm, it was like reliving your childhood. Or was it? The concept of these games were great. I personally think that the movie Toy Story kind of influenced the push to develop these games. In fact, there is well over 30 Army Men video games, and they're available to play on over 13 different platforms. But let's face it, not all of these games were good, or should I say, not all of them held up to the test of time. I remember playing quite a few of these on the PlayStation 1 in its later years, then a few more titles on the PlayStation 2. But I remember for the time, they played fairly well. But going back and playing some of these titles wasn't the greatest experience. This was obviously before the analog days came, so the controls take time to get used to. It's really no different than getting used to playing the first few Tomb Raider games. It's easy to say that us gamers have been spoiled with the evolution of smooth control play since those days. Yes, it's possible to readjust to the old control schemes, but they never feel the same. And when the controls suck, it's hard to enjoy the game you're playing. The 3D Army Men games had an open world feel to them, but the player's movement seems insanely choppy at times. If you can get past that, I think this cart would probably sell well. The games in which you control a helicopter seem to play a tad bit better, though still a bit touchy. The Game Boy Advance versions of these games actually play pretty smooth, but they're not quite as fun. Unfortunately, that eliminates a happy medium when it comes to figuring out which games would be best for a collection. Can you see Blaze doing an Army Men collection cart? It honestly wouldn't be a suggestion for myself, but I have seen quite a few people on different social media platforms really pushing for this. I guess this franchise does have a cult following, so who knows? It may be a license Blaze wants to obtain. I don't hate the idea, but I also wouldn't be totally excited about it either. Now, I did go back and play some of these games. I have a bunch of them on my game stick that I have hooked up to my Freecade along with my VS. And man, I think I played about 15 different Army Men games. There's so many of them out there. And you know, for the time when they came out, they looked really good. They looked really good. It's just one of those things that you're going to have to get used to the control scheme on them because so many years have passed. I mean, now, we got such smooth controls on these like kind of open world looking games. And some of them Army Men 3D are like that. They kind of look like it's an open world even though it's not a true open world game. And granted that they were kind of fun, but you really have to get used to those controls all over again. But like I said earlier, it's no different than going back and playing like the original Tomb Raider and everything. You got to get you just have to get used to those controls all over again. It's not like the controls that we have today where everything is just so smooth. But who knows, man? There might be a market for this. I don't know if Evercade will go for it or not, but I have seen in all these different platforms, there's a lot of people that bring this up and it's on their wish list. So let me know if you guys would be interested in an Army Men collection. I'm not all the way for it, but I'm also not against it either. It's not the worst that I have heard. I've heard some pretty bad ideas out there, and not many people agreed with the ideas either. I'm not even gonna go over. I don't want to like bash anybody, but I'm just kind of wondering if you guys would be interested in an Army Men collection. Let me know in the comments section, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.